Okay, here we go. This is the Ecos electrical tester. It's a model 1020, and I wanted to make a quick video on it because there's very little info on the web about these testers. This is what I got, is just the tester itself. It's plugged in with a standard plug, 3-prong. Right now, you're showing, it's reading about 120, about dead even. You've got 2 lights down here. That'll tell you if your wiring is right. With these 2 on, it says correct wiring. I don't know why this is so blurry, and I don't know what I can do about it, because the stupid cell phone was acting up. So, right now, you're showing good. You can push the ground test and get a reading using the middle scale on here of the resistance. And it's showing about not quite 1 ohm of resistance, probably from neutral to ground. And that's not too bad, although that's probably because it's hooked through the UPS and the power strip. The outlets in this house get about 0.5 ohms reading. Now, I didn't get a probe or anything with this. There's a spot here and up here for a probe. That would be really handy, but I was able to make one. This is one end of it. Here's the other end. This is the main reason I wanted to make this video, to tell people how to make this probe. This is a standard 2-contact jack, like used for the older style headphones where they weren't stereo. Basically, I've got it wired to the center connector. The outside, this outer connector isn't hooked to anything inside the tester, so even if this was to touch the outside too, it wouldn't hurt it. I mean, it's not going to do anything. So, you just need to hook it to that center pin, and you can plug it in here. On the other end, I have an alligator clip. You could also use a standard voltmeter type straight probe. This is easier to clip to stuff, I found out. And you notice when I plugged that in, that center light went out. There's no ground now. So you can take this and hook it to, like, say, the computer case, if it wasn't painted, or a fan or something that would have a ground on it, something metallic, which I don't have right up here right now. I got wooden walls, and it would show you that you've got a good ground. So that's what that will do. It'll also show you the resistance by pushing this. Like, for instance, let me unplug this. If I stick it into the center pin of that, see, it's showing ground now because it's using the center pin. I can run a ground test. It's not making very good contact, so it's not going to show a very good reading. But if I was to plug this in here, we're going to do a better reading. See, now we're down to about 0.5 ohms. That's good. So we can also do a leakage test. You plug it into the top slot, use the same probe, and we're going to hook it to this little fan here. Hook it to the screw on the little fan because that's not painted. And you push this button down here for leakage test. You really can't see it very well. This one is your multiplier button. It'll select either times 10 multiplication or times 1. We're going to run a leakage test. Now we're using the milliamp scale down at the bottom. 0 milliamps, so this fan is not leaking current out of it. There's no hazardous current coming out of that fan. If it's showing a fairly high reading, you might be concerned. It takes up to 100 milliamps to be deadly to you, to be able to stop your heart. 5 or 6 milliamps will probably give you a shock. So, if it's got really low leakage current, you know you're good. It's not probably going to shock you. But if you're getting shocks off of something, this will show you, like a drill or something, this will show you how much current is coming out of it, if it's a hazard or not. Another cool, handy feature about this is pushing this button while it's hooked to a GFCI outlet, or a GFI, like you would find around sinks and bathtubs and stuff. They're the outlets that have the test and the reset buttons on them. If you push this button while it's connected to one of those, it will trip the outlet. So it'll let you know if the outlet is working right and doing what it's supposed to. So this can do several handy functions. It'll tell you if your outlet's wired right. It'll tell you if your voltage is good. It'll tell you if a GFCI is working. And you can tell if a metallic surface or a metallic object is grounded well, or if an appliance or something is going to shock you. So it's a great little tester to have. And every one of these videos has turned out to be a minute long, so I guess that's just, or 5 minutes long, so I guess that's what it's going to be. I'll deal with it. But that is how you make the probe. Standard tip ring jack. I think that's called 1/8 inch jack. Standard, like what your speakers or your headphone will use, but you don't want the tip ring sleeve. You just want the tip sleeve or tip ring, whatever they call it, like that. I believe it's tip sleeve, technically. So you've also got a fuse up here, just a little replaceable glass fuse. So if you get one of these and it's not working right, you might check the fuse. So if you have one of these, that's the simple basic operations of it. Leakage current, ground test via the plug, voltage, correct wiring. Hope you've enjoyed this, and hopefully this will help someone out if they don't have the probe with it or don't even know what to do with it. So there you go. Hope you enjoy.